So let's click Add Layer. And the first thing we want to add to this map is going to be our data from our optical brightener survey. So you'll be met with this menu, drop-down menu in the upper portion of the page. Anything that you created yourself will be in the My Content panel. So that's why the optical brightener tutorial is there, because I made that. Same with your organization. So I share this with my whole organization, so everybody present in my organization can use this data to map. But I can also map all the other data, including some data from St. Louis that my organization has shared with me. And if I'm a member of any groups or have any favorites set, I can also do that. Later on, I'll show you the Living Atlas in ArcGIS Online, where you can pull background data from, which is very useful. You can also find background information in other layers from publicly available sources like government websites, large repositories for ArcGIS data layers. But again, we don't need to worry about that since we're using ArcGIS Online for now. So I'll click My Content. I'll click Optical Brightener Tutorial, which will bring me to my data for my survey, and I'll click Add to Map. And this will put all the most recent data from that survey onto my map. Now, I've already been playing around with this map. So the layer is coming in with different symbology. Symbology is the way that the symbols appear on the map. But when you first import your data, it's likely going to show up where all of the data points are the same color, they're all homogeneous. So you can click on each data point to see all the data associated with that point. So here's one sampling survey. It was in an urban outflow area, and observation I made was it was smelly, and it was a high sample for optical brighteners. So very, very strong positive result there. But that's not too visually appealing, nor does it tell us much about what this data actually means. So we need to change the symbology of this data set. So we can click off this, give us a little bit more space to work here, and change that back, delete that. There we go. So how do we change the symbology of these data sets? Well, that's going to be this menu to the right-hand side of the page. To change the symbology of your data points, click the Styles button on the right-hand side of the page. This will allow you to pick a style. So you can use a single symbol, or you can add an expression to choose your attributes by different colors. So let's do that. So for the field, we will add optical brightener sample result. And it's going to give us an option to use unique symbols. And we can click on that. And you can see now that our map has changed to each of the data points is a unique symbol based on the optical brightener sample result. But they're out of order here, and this color scheme doesn't really make too much sense. So we're going to reorder this. You can do this by simply dragging and dropping. So high, medium, low, none, unknown, and other. And you can either click on each of these colors and manually change them, or you can change the entire symbol set with a predefined color ramp. So this one may work, but it's going just red to blue with varying shades of purple in between. I don't really like that. I'm just going to create my own custom colored data set for this. So for high, this will be red. Medium, I'll put that as orange. Low will be yellow. And none will be green. Unknown, let's do purple. And other will be gray, but we don't have any others right now. I also want to make these a little bit more clear and easy to see. So now, since we set our custom color ramp, we'll see that up here. I'll click the pencil button so I can edit this entire data set. I'll go to Symbol, and I want to make these symbols a lot bigger. So let's make these 16-point font. Now that's good, they're much larger. But I also want to give them a nice border so they're clearly defined from the background. So I'll go down to Outline. Colors, I'll make the border black. And for stroke, this is where you can change the size. Let's do a 2-point font. And it looks like it's not completely clear. That's because for some reason it's 75% transparent. Turn that all the way off, and you see the background border got darker. Great. That looks good to me, so we'll click off that. Now all of our data points are easy to see on our map, clearly defined, and we can see kind of hotspots where we have high levels of optical brighteners. So we can see by these two nice green areas, so it looks like there's no optical brighteners in the water sources, so we sampled there. We have low levels here, nothing medium. Maybe we should do some more sampling in this middle area. And we have some high levels of optical brighteners in this area. Now, please remember, this is all simulated data and completely made up, so this could be completely inaccurate and likely is very inaccurate. So don't take this with any kind of scientific accuracy, but it's just an example of how you can change different color sets. So you will click Done there, and we can click out of that. But I think I want to add some labels to these data points. So let's look and see where we can add labels. Looks like I can filter different data points. That's useful to know later on if I need to remove some of these from our data set or our map. Let's see. Here we are. Labels. It looks like a little tag. Let's click that, and we can add labels to our map. So, enable labels. Perfect. Let's go to Add Label class. So, the label field, we can set that to creator, but I'm the only one who took any surveys here. We could set this label to the sample result. So now we have each of these labeled as none or low or medium or high. But the colors already indicate that, so that's not too useful information. How about we change this to the type of water source that was sampled? So we'll go up to or down to type of water body. Let's find that. Right there, type of water body, and replace. So now, not only can we see the result of our test, but the type of water body that was sampled. So both these natural creeks were fine, and it looks like these urban outflows are where we're finding the most optical brighteners.